So there's someone by the name of Reid, and I gotta tell you, her whole life surrounds hating on Trump, to the point where she's actually recommended violence against him. Let's take a listen to a couple of things she said.
It is calculated, right? I mean, Donald Trump isn't just a doddering fool who happens to be racist. He's a calculated person who is not trying to grow his vote share. He's trying to speak into the id of a particular kind of voter about when he says we have to call out Detroit, Philly, and Atlanta. We have to go into Philly, Detroit, Atlanta. He lost Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan in 2020, which is how he lost the election. It's why he's under indictment for attempting to steal those races. What he's telling his voters, his small, his share of extreme MAGA voters, these blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals. Black people are the enemy. Black people are going to be responsible if and when I lose, and you are permitted through my language to do violence to them if necessary to stop another peaceful transfer of power, because he understands that he is not winning the election.
What are you talking about? Legitimately. The only thing Trump has said about black people is that a lot of them like him. When has Trump ever said for anyone to be violent against black people? Seriously. Give me one instance. And I know she's saying this whole thing where she's like, oh, through his words. What does that mean? I take people at face value, which means that if you say you want to hurt me, I'm going to think that you want to hurt me. If you say that, hey man, I really like you, I'm going to believe you. Because I don't have time in my day to sit here and try to decipher what you actually fucking mean. But Reid apparently is a master of psychology, to where she can take something that Trump says and flip it 6 ways from Sunday and say, you know what? He actually means that he wants people to be violent against black people. You're nuts. It gets better though.
But he said, number one, nothing memorable. There's nothing clippable in what he said. They were just all smooth, bland lies. He got outdone by by Tim Walz, who may be awkward. It took him a while to get warmed up, but he won the debate because he actually had substance. He was relatable, and he didn't go in there to slay J.D. Vance. He went in there to show himself, and he showed himself to be bipartisan. He showed himself to be reasonable. Practical. He showed himself to be practical. He acted as a governor. And a lot of people are complaining that he didn't knock J.D. Vance out and that he wasn't rhetorically cruel. But that was not his job. It was obvious that his job was to sell Kamala Harris as president.
So pretty much right after Kamala announced that she was going to run for president, the stock market crashes. Is anyone here surprised? Talks of recession, more inflation, higher rates. And so a big thank you to American Heart for Gold for sponsoring today's video. Investing in precious metals has historically been a great hedge against inflation. And for me, I don't trust anyone other than American Heart for Gold. I know I'm getting the best price. They have a buyback guarantee. They have a 5-star rating on the Better Business Bureau. And they have experts. So when you call in, tell them that I sent you, and they will give you up to $15,000 worth of free silver on your first order. So call now. It's 844-940-0662, or you can text HEAVY to 65532. And a big thank you again to American Heart for Gold for sponsoring today's video. You know what's funny about Tim Walz? I don't think he agrees with what Kamala says. I think he's literally running with her just to be vice president. I don't think Tim Walz agrees with her on most of the stuff. Now, he's got some cuckoo stuff going on, but if you watch the debate, a lot of the times when J.D. Vance was calling him out on things that Kamala just isn't doing now, he didn't even have an answer for it. He didn't have an answer. You have an answer if you truly believe in what your running mate is doing. I think this is the problem with America right now. We are so divided in terms of what we all believe in. Fine, let's be divided, but let's be realistic about what the other side wants. Let's be realistic about what the other side is doing. Trump wants to fix the country. And the only thing that these people can say about him is that he's a racist, that he thinks he won the election. It's never about, well, I think Trump is going to screw the country up. It's never about, well, I think Trump's going to tank the economy. It's never about, well, I think Trump is going to get us into a war. Because they can't say that stuff. He has a track record of not doing those things. Now, here's where she calls on people to be violent, essentially telling somebody to go up there and sock Trump in the face.
And so I think that the people who want the fist fight are the base of the Democratic Party. Democrats want to see someone get up there and give a knuckle sandwich to Donald Trump. That's what they want.
Good. Good. Okay. What if Fox News or somebody with a large following told all of their people, well, you know what? I think Joy Reid just needs to get socked in the face. Teach her a lesson. What happens with that? Well, most likely the person would be investigated. They would be most likely charged for 1, a hate crime, 2, probably assault. And I want to reiterate something again because these people have no clue about how serious we all are about America and Trump winning. If something happens to Trump, America is not going to be in a good place. Most people look at Trump like he is the only person who will save this country, and if he doesn't win or something happens to him, we're screwed. What do you think people do or think when something like that happens? I'm going to leave it to everybody's imagination, but these people talk like they have a big stick, like they can go up and punch Trump or somebody can go assassinate him and nothing's going to happen. You're probably wrong. But keep it up, Joy Reid. I mean, you never fail to amaze anybody.